So hello again, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassandra. If you're new here, welcome. This is going to be my video because I'm playing catch up and I'm wearing the same shirt that I had for days 11, 12, and 13 of Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, because I'm recording them on the same day and I'll probably upload them on the same day just to get it all over and done with. Today's video is going to cover prompts 14, 15, and 16. And I'll talk about day 16 at the end. It was a cluster. And today's a snowy day and the weather's shit and my editing is shit and there's just fuck the world. Anyway, so let's get on with it. I will try and remember to put a link to her blog down below. If not, yeah, no guarantees. I had to bring in my IT guy. I gave birth to him. He owes me because he messed with my computer and put Windows 10 on it, and I had no idea how to get my videos on my computer. So that's how my day started. So let's talk about day 14. And it is, my notes are down here. Sorry. So it is, and I don't have my glasses on because I can't see this with my glasses on, but I can't see that because I'm blind as a bat. So, oh shit. I probably shouldn't have been drinking that cinnamon whiskey. Okay, there you go. I'm an adult. Do you have any tarot tattoos, art, home decor to share? No, I don't. I don't have any of that. Whereas I really do need to show you our dining room because my brother has decided how to decorate it. And he's got weird taste just like me, so yeah, I'll have to show that someday. But no, there is really no tarot decor. The closest I think I have is a tarot mug because I saw it and I almost died and I had to have it. But do I want a tarot tattoo? Yes. I've wanted a tattoo for a time now. I have 2 tattoos. Who am I kidding? But neither of them are really tarot related. And then I saw a card from the Naked Heart Tarot. Now, here's the thing. Why would I choose this card? Because, well, it resonates with me. You know, that's the easiest answer. But her 8 of Swords is amazing. Now, the 8 of Swords for me, I mean, most people might not recognize the 8 of Swords in here, but for me, it is something that I have always struggled with. And, you know, having the confidence to venture out and break the bonds and, you know, do what you want to do. A lot of it's always in our mind, and so, yeah, I struggle with that, and you know, I have actually been doing a lot better and, you know, doing more. It's like, I'm here, aren't I? You're watching me, aren't you? Do you think I would have done this a few years ago? No, hell no, no. I would not have had the courage to do that. And so for me, putting myself out there and having the confidence and believing in myself are things that I have struggled with for a very long time, and I'm now at a place where I am comfortable. It doesn't mean I don't struggle with it, but that's why that card resonates with me. For some reason, I always gravitate towards the 8 of Swords, even though it's not necessarily my favorite card, but I always gravitate towards it in every deck, and that one is by far my favorite. And there I go to get my notebook. And so, yeah, if I was to get a tarot related tattoo, or if I was to get another tattoo, that's it. That's the one I'm getting. So here's one that's been interesting. I've seen a few. I saw Laura from Aquamarine 18, and like I said, I've watched a few, and I think, did Rochelle from Amethyst Ascension do it? I think so. Yes, she did, because I remember, because day 16, that's the next one I'm getting to. I saw that. It says, what is your favorite pop culture tarot reader representation and why? So this is an interesting one because this is one that I think people are having issues with. And for me, I hardly ever, it's like people say, oh, there was a tarot reader in Bones, or there, you know, all this shit. And I'm like, oh, I don't really watch a lot of that crap. I mean, I've seen Bones, but, you know. I do remember the tarot reader from Sabrina, the new series that's out, because my brother was watching it. But, you know, you're trying to cook dinner at the same time. So, but, you know, I love Veronica Cartwright. She was the tarot reader in it. The messages weren't entirely accurate, but what was interesting was the, I believe the tarot references that were throughout the episode, which my brother brought up, which I thought was interesting. Now, one that's probably not pop culture, but was recent, it was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. They did a series of, you know, it was like 6 of them, like 2 hours each, for Jonathan Strange and Dr. Norrell, and that is a book. But they did a TV show on one of the channels. I don't know. I don't even remember now, but I think you can find it on demand or something. And there was a tarot reader in that, and it's not so much pop culture, but what was interesting was to see and to remember, you know, during that day, because it was kind of the Victorian age, that he had a Marseille style deck that was morphing and it was trippy, and it was like hand drawn, you know, in the show. Anyway, but that was cool. But that's, you know, but what did come to mind was decks that are created based on what is popular right now. Now, I do not have, I think it's called the Classic Rock Tarot. Not 100% sure. Probably should have looked it up. I didn't. Lou Valcourt has it. She uses it for her, she does like a weekly draw on her Facebook page. And she uses it. Now, not all the cards, they're all musicians, classic rock, hard rock. It might be hard rock. And it's more of a pop culture thing. I think because a lot of the musicians that they use for different cards do not necessarily line up with what the card meaning is. But you know what? A deck where Freddie Mercury's the Queen of Swords? Fuck yeah! That's the best deck ever. So, don't own it, but I see it and it's just like, oh, love it. So I was thinking, because they did come out with the Game of Thrones deck. Don't hate me. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't plan on watching Game of Thrones because it went on for what, like 10 years, and I can't waste that much of my life to catch up and be disappointed like I guess everybody else was when it came to an end, because it ended shitty. I don't know. But again, there is a, you know, where a deck was created because the show was popular and all that. So I do have a deck that I would consider a pop culture deck, and because the individual is a musical icon, you know, it's like if you know, one of the big I don't know who any of the names of frickin' fantasy, like my brother and I were just talking about, you know, the ones that do all the fantasy art, and you get the calendars or shit like that. So like if they were to do different decks, that would kind of be a pop culture, because they are popular artists now in when it comes to the genre of fantasy art. But, you know, and then there was the Lord of the Rings deck and the Hobbit deck, and again, it's, you know, we see this resurgence of the popularity of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit due to the movies, which honestly were excellent. But I went with this one, and it's because, again, I think it's pop culture, and it's the Starman Tarot. It's a large deck. Now this was commissioned, inspired by the art he created. I can't read his name. but it was inspired by the artwork he created for David Bowie. So the artwork, a lot of the artwork, David Bowie commissioned art from him, and then this deck was created. Unfortunately, it did not come out until after Bowie had passed, which is a shame. You know, but it is a wild looking deck. I have it pretty much just because it, you know, is Bowie inspired, you know, it's art David Bowie likes. So why not? It's fun. It's huge. Some of the images do have Bowie in them throughout the deck. If I look at this one, that's not my favorite. Not my favorite. Oh, there it is. My favorite card in this deck, which will go into basically what day 16 is for me. Here's basically an image of David Bowie as, is it blurry? A little bit. See that? It's a fetus. Because the seeds are of creation are within. And they are birthed when it comes time for the Empress. Okay. There we go. Got all tarot geeky right there. But yeah, so for pop culture, I'm going with the Starman Tarot because, yeah, musical icon. Can't go wrong. Now, day 16. Now, I've seen some people, I saw someone, they actually did do it. And it was paint, draw, or collage your card of the year and say why you chose that card. Some people aren't doing that. But of course, I saw it as a challenge. I do art, and I did record little snippets of video of me creating this. And I went to go edit it after my IT guy came in and told me how to get the damn video off the card. And then I figured out after about a half hour or so of trying to edit it, how to speed it up. And then I'm like, oh, this sucks. And I pulled it off and I was like, ooh, cool, I'm gonna upload it. And it's like, no. Because I had to sign into YouTube after I had created my account with the editing. And by that time, I was done. Just done. So I'm like, that was the fuck the world and everybody in it kind of moment. So, just to let you know. Now, some people are choosing their card of the year based on their birth date. Now, I do have that. And it is significant. For me, my card for the year, it's kind of what I have to be. It's what's going to happen regardless. I mean, I've had, Hangman years. I talked about the Hangman in one of my previous videos, the card that stalked me, because it was a reminder of my previous year where I would have to kind of, step back, relax, and kind of see things clearly and let go of what was not working and just, go through that process. And this last year has been a death year. So it has been a year of change and transformation, and I've had to accept that. And because it will rear its ugly head whether you like it or not. That's how tarot works. Just accept it. And so next year will be the temperance year for me. And right now I am starting to feel it because trying to find a balance between what matters to me and what is important to me and what is going on externally and with other people, and it's, for me, it's kind of agree to disagree. So did I do temperance? No. Now for my wheel of the year, or my year head spread, I don't know if it's really a wheel of the year because I don't really go by seasons. I'm just going January to December. I pick a 13th card at the end, and I got the Empress, which is, it means, create stuff and put it out there. Don't hold it back. Just do it. And so that's something I have to be mindful of. That's not what I did either. My feeling was, how am I going to create all this? Where is it going to come from? How am I going to bring it into being? It's that process of bringing it into being. And so I chose the Magician. And for me, the reason I did that is because I want to be mindful of taking inspiration from where it comes, bringing it into this realm, taking the raw materials that I have around me and within me, and to create. And I want that reminder. And what's funny is I did this piece yesterday, and what did I draw? What's up there from the Aquarian Tarot? The Magician. So yeah, I'm calling it fair. So you may not see the Magician in it, but it doesn't matter. It's my piece of art. So, and I was really kind of it's not the best I've ever done, but it was fun. So let's see if I can bring it in. Dum 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 dum. Whoa. So right here we see all the elements within the hand: water, earth, fire, air. You have the Magician. You see the nebula coming down. That's kind of divinity, higher self, speaking. And I did put, like, I call it a couple elements. There's some roses and some white flowers. Okay, I did the best I could. But this is it. This is my Magician card. This is what I'm going to have up. It's big. I'm going to have to get it framed. I'm actually kind of proud of it. But yeah, that's for me to remind me to take, and start the process of creating and then bring it forward. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do this year. So anyway, that was day 16. My paint draw collage, that's mixed media actually. There's tissue paper on it. It's fun. For my 31 days of tarot challenge, and I will see you in the next one. Much love and blessings. Bye.